Hello, my researchers. I was just looking at one of your assignments about getting your sources together. I'm very excited about what you guys are doing. And I wanted to share with you da, 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 what I use for some strategy tips for keeping your sources organized for your projects. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with you. Hopefully I'm going to be sharing the right thing. All right, here we are. So let's pull up Google. I'm assuming I'm sharing the right thing. All right, so your assignment was this discussion here. Search words for what you guys are finding for your sources. So what did I do for my dissertation, which I have to say the organization part is the part that is tricky. I want to make sure I'm sharing the right thing. I think I am, but I'm not positive. Because I can't go to here. I want to go to here. Oh, there I am. Okay, I think that's right. All right. So here is my Google Drive. And so whether you're using a Google Drive or some other cloud platform, I've got a folder here for my dissertation. Da, 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 da. And in my dissertation, this folder evolved over time. First, I just started putting resources in here. So I've got some PDFs, I've got some other other dissertations that I downloaded, stuff like that. But as my research lens came together and keeping together my sources. So one of my spokes, so to speak, one of my foundations in my dissertation was the mythic journey of the feminine or the female hero. So let's just take a look at that. We were given these templates to use. So this is a dissertation research log, and it's nice and organized with the two colors, which I liked, and then had a way to break up the hours that I'm using on this source. So this is a dissertation called The Song of Songs, Psychic Transformation and the Path to Individuation. And in here, I actually took quotes from the dissertation. I also used, if the writer mentioned another source, I would put that in as well. And then I would also, at the bottom, I would write a little bit more, what am I seeing and how this is connecting with my research. And I also took their sources. And this is to help me save some time. So I know where the sources are around this topic. Another example. Here is a research study on initiation through trauma. I have the ProQuest, and I also have how I can get back to it if I lose it. Let me tell you, the sources like to get lost. Here, I started this in 2017. And I went ahead and in this dissertation, I went ahead and pulled out the authors, the research problem and the research question, and the research approach, which was a hermeneutic approach, which is what I ended up adopting for mine as well. Other example from an actual book, here's Rossi, The Brilliance of Nearness, Feminine Triads in Greek Mythology. Actually, this is another dissertation. And I went ahead and made some notes for myself sometimes. Do I have this downloaded? Is it in a PDF? Is it on my Kindle so that I can go back to it? Let's take a look. I decided to go a little bit further. So I have the mythic journey of the female hero. And I also noticed I was having some support with that, with the psyche of the feminine. So here's a Merriam-Webster book. And I have in here Addiction to Perfection, but I noticed there were some other books that were coming up. And so I just went ahead and added them on here. This one isn't super organized because maybe I could get confused as to which book I'm using. So that's not so good. I did find that was a problem. I had an author with multiple books. Let's look at Singer. Here's June Singer, Boundaries of the Soul. So here I have the APA citation. I have the link here. So I could get back to it if I want to find the whole thing. It's in an open library. I also found it at Santa Clara University. And this was another template that we got, breaking down the source. What's the major premise? What's the author's perspective? The conclusions? What's the limitation of the study? What was the author's relationship to the topic? And then here's the quotes that I got. And notice on this one, I was doing a good job putting my whole quote using the APA citation. Totally recommend doing that because that is just so much easier. It's going to show you guys the mythic journey of the female. So I broke it down. Here's the female part, and then here's the myth part. Again, I just have some PDFs in here. Here is a resource that I got from the Pacifica Library. And so here's this quote. So I actually was able to check it out and have it sent to me, which I believe you guys are also able to do that. And it's just amazing how you can forget where the source came from and how you get back to it. So there's all my quotes here from Ronan, the goddess Hecate. And I was going to bring up Edinger. So when you have a prolific author, perhaps you're just going to want to make a page with just all of his sources, all of his writings. And then that way, again, you have it just ready to go for your literature review or for an assignment. And then some quotes are just great as well to put in there. All right, so there's a little bit of direction on how I organized my sources and was just able to pull them up again over and over again. And that's highly what I recommend. What I ended up doing even later was using my Google Drive to help me keep track of comments from my readers as well. So Google Drive really worked for me. And I just want to encourage you guys to start being organized and start looking ahead for that final thesis project, or if you're going to go on to the PhD, keeping your sources together. All right. Double check that video came out. Looking forward to reading your research.